नमस्कार दोस्तों. Today I'm going to speak on the topic China is the biggest threat to India. Is it correct or not? So I'm talking about both countries like China and India. Then India is a very democratic country and people have many rights to choose our government independently and there is no pressure to the people. But if we're talking about China have a lot of difference between difference according Indian system and China system. China has a dominant government who just follow his rules to the people, follow his rules and dominate the peoples, and they always thinking that the China is always a very very diplomatic towards his people, and the relation between his neighbors always disturbing between China and other countries. So I think China is a very very selfish type country because it's only just watch a self concentrate. So and in this time the China and India increase some tension on the border as the news of which is coming by the media. So today we are talking about the China, and China also be dealing with some neighboring country like Taiwan and Hong Kong. So this is the also be a reason to increase the tension on the LAC. So because China want to improve his argument in front of his public, so they can warm the heart of the people of China. So China government is slowly exposed in front of their citizens. So I think that is the reason where we can understand what is the policy of the China. And China also raised the hand towards the Pakistan, but Pakistan is not a country where we can say that is a good friend between China and Pakistan. But China just use the Pakistan, and Pakistan never understand this thing because the condition of Pakistan is a very weak at this time, and so I think that is the process we are facing in this time. And now I'm coming back to the India. India is a very peaceful country and who always just protect our borders, but some Chinese who making their own minds and doing something wrong with it, and they increase the tension on the LAC. They don't have any map, they just pointing out that is the area of the China, but it is not true. The area is totally divided by the British of India. So when the Britishers was in India, they give the LAC to the India and China. So China should understand the philosophy of the Britishers. So and the data which have the collected by the British India. So I think that is the point where we understand the whole things, and we have also the report that the meeting was happening between China and India, so the tension will overcome and find out the solution by talk and dialogues, because dialogues is the great method to dissolve any the problem, any the tension. So dialogue is very compulsory between two country, two neighbor, two friend, whatever you have partnership with anyone. Then dialogue delivery is a very very easy and very good way. And two countries diplomat meeting each other and meeting run day by day, they checking all the facts, they checking all the boundary lines, and they measure all things. So I think this is the right process, and war is the not solution for any problem, because war is the last option where no one can compromise with their on the point of view. So I think that is the reason we should understand all the things. China or India never want war, but China just proved themselves because the identity of the China became very dirty at this time. Whole world abusing the China because the virus which is a corona is free from the China, Wuhan labs, that is the called by the media reports. And so I think this is the way to dealing with border people's neighbor countries. So the public of China just believe the government, but I think this is the time where the Chinese people should understand this thing, that China is not in your favor. China is just doing their business, and they are not a good government, good governance people. They just rule on the peoples. They don't understand the value of the humanity. So I think that is the process we are facing in this time. And people are always saying that the China is a country where the people always not believing around the world, because Chinese never give any authentic items. Whenever we're talking about electronics, they give very cheap rate items, but the sustainability of the Chinese items is very zero. And I know they are very cheap, but the quality is also very high. So this is the not true way to dealing with any countries. And today the India also be going for boycott all the things which coming from the China, and because it is the very need that China, if the China is not doing something better for us, if China is not doing correct to us, then we have to take the steps forward that we are not purchasing anything from the China. This is the type of philosophy running around the whole country. So I think that is the process where we can understand how to give the response to the China, because Chinese items is very cheap, and he also be dominant many markets in the world. So people purchase everything from the China, but China should understand all these things. If you want to business, we are not against you, we are against of your system, we are against of your government who not understand the value of humanity, which is not correct. So we have to be understand, we have to be justify all things. If you are not understanding our point of view very clearly, then we should take took the forward action, like we are boycott your output, which is a very good initiative by taking many people in our country. So we have to be understand, we have to be, if you want to be doing the business, then you have to be change your government and become your country very democratic, and we can understand the whole things. And today your country dealing with many peoples who around the world, and Chinese people always people are good, but your government is not cooperative, and government always erase many tensions, like border tensions, like a virus, and also be doing something unauthentic things which is not acceptable by the human. So I think that is the time where we can give the lesson to the China. So many people come forward and understand the value of the unity and give the response to the China, because China is a country where there is no place for unity. And so I think that is the way we are understanding. And today is a threat. And today I'm saying that China is a not threat, because China is just a game player who just play the games, and India understand the whole things how to play the China games. So India will give response with full confidence if anything will happen in the future. But today I'm just saying that India is just talking with in China to diplomat and solve the all dispute by dialogues, because dialogue is the best way to deal with any type of things. So I think that is the time we can say that India and China is a two neighbor country where people have living their own life, but government should understand that the solve the dispute whatever happening around the borders or many labels, you should can resolve all the things. And sometimes we can see that China always against the India whenever India took any good steps, because this is the process to show themselves as a good friend of Pakistan. So China always became a enemy to the India. So but in other way, China always say the Chini or Hindi bhai bhai, but it is not always true. China should stand on his point, because the things which is not correct, it is not correct. If the thing is right, then thing should be right. Everyone say that is the right, but China never accept it, because China always do the favor of Pakistan, and Pakistan is also our neighbor country, but our terms is not good at this time. So we can say that China is a very diplomatic, and today whole world is against the China, and we should understand all the things, and the solution of any tensions on borders we can solve by our dialogue level. Thank you guys very much. Jai Hind.